Certainly took care of business on this one, Coach. What were you most proud of tonight?
I'm extremely proud of all of our guys in the locker room, the character. I'm thankful. I want to thank God for the group that we have. It's been some ups and downs, but it was a big time win on our home floor coming back off that trip. So that's what I'm most proud of.
It was a slow start, and then Kawhi tried to make it difficult there at the end. What gives you confidence in this team that they can close these games? The moment's not going to be too big.
Just understanding the character and heart in our locker room. Our guys aren't afraid of the moment. They've been in it as a group last season and carved our way to a playoff opportunity. They understand what's in front of us, and I'm a big believer in what we have in that room.
Night after night, BI comes up bigger and bigger. JV popped into the post-game interview and said, I'm disappointed, no triple-double tonight. How have you seen BI's game grow here as of late?
I mean, it's on display for everybody to see. 2 triple-doubles in the last 5 to 10 games. Every night he's putting us on his shoulders and making play after play, not just the scoring, but getting his teammates involved. And then to finish it off for him, it's really about winning. His mindset is whatever he needs to do to win, that's what he'll do. And it's great to see, because I firmly believe, and the rest of us believe, BI is one of the best players in the NBA, and it's great to see him put it on display and his hard work pay off.
How much of this run that Brandon is on is due to just playing with great force, every single possession?
It has a lot to do with it. You guys can see that he gets the ball and he's going. When he plays like that, he's just hard to stop. On both ends of the floor, he's been extremely solid for us. So we want him to keep it up.
I believe 31 of 35 at the foul line tonight. How important was the consistent attacking and putting a lot of pressure on them, in the paint and with drives?
Well, we knew last game we dissected them with the 3-ball. So they were going to close out hard to Trey, to CJ, to J. Rich, BI. We wanted to make an emphasis on attacking them, getting to the paint, getting to the foul line, and getting easy baskets. Tonight we did that.
And going back to Christian's first question, it was clear from the jump they came in with the game plan to play physical with BI and kind of push him around as much as possible. Just how impressive is it just to see how much he's grown in that area, being able to take that and still perform the way he did tonight?
It's great. It's great for our whole group to see the maturity. When teams get physical with us, we're understanding that we have to execute that much better, and a lot of it has to do with getting to your spots, going with force, going with pace, and not being afraid of the contact. And we're continuing to grow and learn in that area, but once again, the guys understand the moment and they understand what it takes, and this is what it's going to be like. We knew that this team was going to come in based on what we did on their home floor and go at us right away.
Yeah, staying with that theme of just growth this year, what did you think about just the way your team executed in the fourth quarter and those half-court possessions where they started trapping BI and you're still finding ways to get good shots?
We're extremely proud of how we execute right now, all of us, all the coaching staff and, our players. At the end of the day, we work on those things. We work on blitz. We work on where to be on the floor. We watch film on it. And so we're seeing it translate into games. And BI, 6'9", he can see over the defense when they blitz him. He understands how to attack it, and the rest of our guys are falling in line with that.
What do you think of the job that Dyson did tonight? It seemed like this was some of the best minutes that he's had since he's come back from that injury.
Great. Dyson was extremely solid. We put him on Kawhi at the end of the game. Tough matchup, but he's fighting. He's fighting his tail off. He's gaining more confidence as he plays. And we believe in what he can do, so we just want to continue to see him grow.
Do you see some similarities in the games that he's playing right now and his confidence growing, much the way the playing in those games last year helped guys like Trey and Jose and Herb and kind of, to get you guys where you want to be and have him ready for, a postseason type environment? Absolutely. Trey, Naji, Jose, Herb, all of those guys played in meaningful minutes last season and got a chance to taste the postseason. Dyson is getting this opportunity now. Just speaking to him a few days ago,
he says like the last 20 games felt like playoff games for him. So it's fun. It's fun basketball. These games mean a lot to all the teams that's kind of bunched up in the West, and we want to continue to put our head down and chop wood.
When maybe a little different as a coach, but when you're watching a duel like that between Kawhi and Brandon, just what are you thinking as you're watching both these guys just hit tough mid-range after tough mid-range there in the fourth?
Mostly I'm thinking hopefully Kawhi misses the next two and Brandon makes the next two. But two great players on the floor battling it out. It's fun to watch.
Hey, Willie, what were just your impressions of JV there in the third quarter when he just kind of dominated?
JV was great. He struggled a bit in the first half, had a few turnovers, missed some bunnies, but he really turned it around in the second half. We went to him. He made a big three. He popped and got to a one dribble pull up, but that's what he's capable of. And it's great to see JV have a bounce back half like he did because he's extremely important to what we're doing. I mean, 23 points, 12 rebounds in 28 minutes. That's a pretty solid all around game for JV.
And Willie, did this game feel sort of like I know these games are important, but just the crowd and the atmosphere, did it have a sort of playoff feel to it?
It does. It feels like a playoff-like game for us. Both teams are battling for a position, and it was a good game to be a part of.
Coach, we've often talked about Trey shooting and his growth and his abilities too, like from a ball handling perspective. But can you talk about his decision making? He came up with several big plays in the second half. Once in transition, taking Covington off the dribble to get the free throw line, and then catching that Brandon Ingram cross or half court pass, and in the same instance passing into Larry.
Trey's a good basketball player, and he's started a ton of games for us this season. So we're seeing Trey continue to mature over the course of the year. Once again, he understood. He hit 10 threes last time he played them, so they're going to close out hard to his feet. And he's making quick decisions, put the ball on the floor, go to the basket, finish, and then the pass to Larry. That's just Trey being a good, solid basketball player.
Coach, I noticed one time in the second half we had Dyson covering Kawhi, and then you switched and had Ingram, and at least from the taller atmosphere, was that something just based on his play, or was that something you guys just had for a defensive strategy?
Sometimes throughout the course of the game, you see something, and Brandon may have wanted to switch on to Kawhi. I don't think it was necessarily my call. Sometimes the guys are out there and they see something, and they have the liberty to switch the matchups up. And BI has been taking on the challenge defensively to guard some of these guys late in the game. And we also trust Dyson, so it's a luxury to have.
Coach, y'all are the number one defense since All-Star break on the season. I believe you're a top 5 defense, which is incredibly difficult to accomplish with so many guys being in and out, lack of consistency. I know you often take responsibility when things aren't going well. Can you take a moment to reflect upon, how you guys have been able to get guys to buy in and perform at such a high level all season on the defensive end?
Yeah, first and foremost, it's just having a foundation of believing in God and believing in each other. Continuing to have faith even when you face adversity is important for myself. It's important for our group. That's how I coach. That's how I teach. I'm extremely grateful for our coaching staff and the staff that we have, and that's what it takes. We work on defense. That's a part of our DNA, is that we want to have a foundation that we can get stops down the stretch of games. We want to put ourselves in a position to win big. We understand that you have to guard in the NBA to do that, and that's team defense. Our guys are committed to that, and I'm extremely grateful.
Yeah, Russ was really big for them in the first half. I think you guys held them like 5 points or something in the second half. So at halftime, it seemed like you guys switched BI on to him. Just what did you guys do to kind of slow him down, in the bigger quarters?
We wanted to put more length on him. He was taking CJ to the post, taking a few of our guys down there. And Russ is a Hall of Fame player. He can play, but putting length on him, forcing him to shoot over a contested 6'9", 7-foot wingspan. We felt, could possibly give us a better chance to contain him, and it worked in the second half. Okay, thank you guys.
Stuck a chip.
First of all, can you introduce us?
We here. Stāviek ir tam.
Yeah, we want you up there with them.
Nu stāv, čā. Ateies Tauras. My security. And massage therapist.
Make them earn their keep, huh?
Yeah.
It's a nice win, obviously a huge one to kickstart this homestand. What defensively were you most proud of out of the guys?
Well, we was fighting. We were playing hard. That's the key. I've been saying that for I don't know how long now. But playing hard is our identity, and that's what we got to do on offense, on defense.
What gives you confidence in this squad that they can handle the moment, making a playoff run, getting into the playoffs instead of the play-in? You know what it takes. You've been there before with other teams.
Well, this, I don't know, last 4 games, what we got left is really important for us. You know, we're fighting for every minute on the court to be successful and be playing good. So, just playing hard, as I said before. You know, I think it's gonna take care of everything.
Talking to BI, he said he thinks he's playing his best basketball right now. Would you agree?
Well, yes, I think it's hard to disagree, right? Well, something else. So I don't know how to describe that, how he's playing. I'm disappointed actually today. He didn't get a triple double, but it's kind of.
We all
One of the things that Willie said with Brandon, he feels like key to his success has just been attacking quickly. Is that something you've seen where he gets the ball and he's making a quick move?
Well, there's a pace, we're pushing. He's been great in just pushing the ball, not just scoring, not just getting to his midi, also finding the open guys, Trey in the corner, Herb shooting great, cuts, and also scoring. So it's deadly when he's playing that way.
You really got yourself going in that third quarter. I think you ended up with 15 points in the third. What was key for you just to put your impact on the game?
First half was I was missing a lot of layups, a lot of easy ones. So I had to turn it around, and I can't be missing all those bunnies and expecting to be playing great. So I have to do better, and I thought I did.
What's going to key for you guys just executing a half-court offense late in some of these games?
Well, we've got to play good 48 minutes, and end of the game is even more important. So you gotta lock into small details defensively first of all, and then offense will take care of you.
How important was it for you guys to establish a physical presence both in the paint at I think 35 free throw attempts, knowing that they were probably going to try to run guys off the line after you guys shot so well against them the last time?
Well, they played aggressive. They played really aggressive basketball, on defense. No easy pick and roll, no easy, rolls to the basket. It's been physical matchup. So, but we still find a way to to be productive, find a way to be successful. We on to the next one.
Over the last 2 years, y'all won 8 out of 10 against the Clippers, or 8 out of 9, something like that. But what confidence do you get playing against that team at this point?
Well, let's not jinx it. Let's keep it that way, okay? I think we've been playing our basketball. We've been playing to our identity. Fast break points, attacking the paint. Playing tough defense. It's not that we trying to play differently against this team. We just playing, trying to play good. What we do.
What's the setup at least? I know you and Larry switch in and out. Is that some type of strategy you guys work on? Or is that just some time for you're tired? Talk to me about where that goes, how that decision is made.
That's the coach's decision. That's we have our minutes. You can't play 48, and you gotta. He has very good defensively He's covering big ground. He's playing terrific defense, which takes us to the next level on defense. So, that's a coach decision. 2 different looks.
Jonas, can you talk about Trey Murphy's growth in his decision making? He had a pass to where B.I. threw it to him cross court, and in the same moment he caught it and threw it to Larry for an easy 2 in the fourth quarter.
I guess he didn't have a 3 then. That's why he threw it. Actually, we just spoke with him in the locker room. He's been getting there. He's been making decisions very well. Also driving, dump offs. That's the next step of his game.
How important has it been for you guys to control the defensive glass the way you have these past couple of games?
And that's the last point of the defense. You gotta rebound the ball to finish the defense. So it's really important. Finishing doesn't matter if you play good 20 seconds of defense and you're not gonna get a rebound. You gotta be able to establish getting rebounds. So that's big emphasis for us.
Thank you.
Good job, security.
Good job.
Press conference.
Boom. Boom. Tavo, darbas. Ne? Gerai. Tu nori? Gerai. Okay, we still in.
Afternoon.
Okay, we switch. We're gonna get another one.
Yeah, that's a prop.
But that's a new one, right?
Not sponsoring me right now.
That looked like a pretty physical game to be a part of. How have you just adjusted through the course of your career of, when teams really try to get physical with you? I mean, obviously you dealt with it really well tonight.
I'm just maneuvering a little bit, seeing what's open, see what spot I can get to on the floor. Not forcing the game. I think that's the biggest thing. Seeing what's the best shot for the team, but also making sure that I stay aggressive, getting to the rim. No, I'm not going to get every foul call, but if I initiate some contact, I know they see it sometimes.
One of the things that Willie has mentioned while you've been on this run here is he feels like you're making really quick decisions with the ball. I mean, how much you think that has been a part of your success lately?
It's a big part. Just seeing things before it happen. That's the biggest thing, watching a lot of film away from the game and knowing where the players, my teammates, are going to be on the basketball floor at all times. That's been helping me out a lot in ways that I can attack on the floor and get assists, get a rebound.
In that fourth quarter, it seemed like for a while it was kind of you hit a shot, Kawhi hit a shot, you hit a shot. Just how much do you enjoy those matchups where you can kind of go toe-to-toe with one of the best guys in the league?
Well, that's what we play for. We look at the stars in the league, the guys that's done this thing before and done it the right way, and you want to attack them. If you want to be the best, you got to go against the best, and you got to beat them. And that's the only thing that was in my head tonight, just trying to get this win tonight, not individually, but together as a team, and try to see the best way that we can play.
And ever since you came to New Orleans, we talked a lot about, end-of-game situations and you trying to find a balance between really wanting to be the guy to make a play for your team, but also making the pass when it's open. Just what is it kind of taking for you to get to a place where you're comfortable making the right play kind of regardless of what the defense is throwing at you?
Well, after you see it over and over, you start to settle down a little bit. I know the focus is really, really on me right now, so I'm able to make really, really good decisions and see the game a little better. Whether it's me trying to be aggressive, always having my head up to see the next pass. That's just been helping me out a lot, just knowing that the focus is on me and I have guys around me that can do things.
Do you, these last 8, 9, 10 games, do you think this is the best basketball that you've played in your career?
I think so. From a mentality standpoint, stepping on the floor with a super focus, knowing the goal and just trying to attack the goal every time that I get out there, and the goal is to win. So I'm just trying to do everything I can, whether it's offensively or defensively, to win basketball games.
And what's kind of allowed you to see the floor the way you have? Seems like that's also going up like another level in this last, like I said, last 8, 9, whatever it is.
Film, consistency in our offense. We run some things where I get to see the same pictures sometimes, and I know all my outlets on the floor. So I think it's important for me, especially when I get to see 2 and 3 every single night. I'm just going back and watching film on previous games and just seeing where my outlets are on the floor.
Brandon, when you played the Clippers last week, I mean, I don't remember how many threes. I'm pretty sure it was like 20-something threes last week that the team made, 10 by one guy. I mean, tonight only 7 threes, but you still got your assists. You still got to your spots. Like, how did you kind of digress or kind of diagnose how the Clippers were defending you differently than last week and still had the success that you did?
Well, you playing the team once, you always have the thought in your head that something's going to be different the next time. And however, we didn't make as many shots behind the arc, and but we still had to find a way to kind of continue to play our game. And we have guys that can really get in the paint and finish. And that was part of it, just trying to go into the paint, draw fouls, finish over the top of the big guys, and look for the best shots. So we just try to find a way. It's not going to always be the same every single time.
Did you feel like this game was more physical than last week's game was?
It was definitely more physical. With guys in the paint, Kawhi, having hands on guys. Batum, he's always pretty physical. It was definitely more physical than the last Clippers game.
Hey, Brandon, I'm going to assume that you heard the MVP chants, but what does it just kind of mean to you when you kind of, reflect on your career and just hear the crowd chanting that?
Well, it's cool. I know I still have work to do for that to come true. And I continue to work. That's something I want to be in this league, something I want to be for my team, and I continue to work.
Brandon, the Clippers sent a couple double teams there, a lot at you in the fourth quarter, and you found Trey cross court several times, and he seemed to make the right play every time. Just how much confidence do you have in him making the right play in the key moment in the game?
Well, I trust him to shoot the basketball. I don't necessarily trust him to make the best decisions.
Did you like that pass?
I did like that pass. It surprised me a little bit. But he's a good basketball player, and he has good intentions. So when he has good intentions, good things happen for you. Basketball guys look out for you a little bit. So he just is a really, really good basketball player that can shoot the basketball, but he can do other things, and he showed that tonight.
There's been a lot of ups and downs this season in terms of guys being out and you all going on winning streaks and whatnot. But since the All-Star break, you're number 1 in defense. In the whole season, the Pels are 5th, I want to say. What do you attribute that consistency, regardless of who's on the court, night in, night out? Y'all are able to put together a good defensive game plan and execute.
Herb Jones, like he's the head of our defense. And we kind of just back him up. We added Josh Richardson, who was a really, really good defender. In our back line with Larry and being able to switch out 1 through 5. We just have guys that just help them cover up a lot of things. And Herb Jones has just been really, really great for us, and we follow him.
I know we've asked you about this before, but kind of the role switching of Zion and Jose not being able to play, but still kind of being supporters on the sideline. I mean, those guys are off their feet at every timeout. Jose's like at the logo before you get to the bench. Just talk about maybe a conversation or two, or just like their support given their situation, and especially tonight.
Yeah. Well, first, being hurt, I know it's hard being in that situation and having. We all love each other, but it's hard not being out on the floor. And for them to come in and be positive and supportive, we truly appreciate it for sure, especially for me. I know Z's going through a lot with his hamstring. Jose going through a lot, not knowing when he can play on the floor. It's important to have everybody in the room. One guy can cause the energy to go really, really bad, and they just want to keep it upbeat, and they want the best for everybody in the room. So that's the special part.
Brandon, you always draw the best opposing defender every single night. How do all those guys, like for instance tonight was Kawhi, how do they compare to Herb and what he brings?
On the defensive end, I think the difference between those guys and Herb is he's just a little younger, and he has long arms. He's got really, really good timing on blocking shots, not even blocking shots at the rim, but on the perimeter. I think his timing is just a little bit different from what I've seen in the league. And along with that, he has a good body where he has long arms and he can stay in front of guys and disrupt. So he's one of the best defenders that I've seen.
You think if he keeps going on his trajectory, you could see him someday be the Defensive Player of the Year?
Absolutely. Yeah, no question.
Coach mentioned one of the adjustments he made out of halftime was shifting you on the Russ defensively. Just how important is that for you to kind of make that impact defensively, not just be the offensive guy, but in these big games, showing up defensively as well?
Yeah, well, just me trying to do whatever that I can do to affect the game and disrupt the game. He hit a three in that third quarter or the fourth quarter, but I just wanted to slow him down a little bit. He was getting to the rim a lot in that first quarter. In that second quarter, he made a statement of really, really trying to get downhill. So I was just trying to put some length on him and trying to discourage him from going to the rim.
Before the season started, I think I asked you about perhaps there being a greater emphasis this season on working to find you catch and shoot threes. Now, with guys being in and out, your roles changed a little bit and you're facilitating a lot. So what's that adjustment been like, and what's it been like finding ways to, hey, like I can still take over games, impact them in other areas, assists, rebounds, and string together, like now, like y'all put 7 of the last 8 or something like that. So, from a role perspective, maybe you were going into the season thinking one thing and now it's another. What's that been like?
Well, the game is, for me, is about adapting to my teammates and what they can do, what they do well on the basketball floor. With Zion, I know I would have more catch and shoot opportunity just because of the gravity. He brings 3 or 4 guys over to him every single time that he drives to the rim. And every time that we step on the floor, I always get to look at our team and say, what ways can I be effective? Whether it's catch and shoot, passing to Trey all night, passing to CJ, or whatever it is. I just try to find ways that I can really, really affect the game and not muck it up, not try to just go out there and just try to look for my stuff individually. Whatever's going to make the team better, I'm just trying to kind of adapt to everybody else.
Do you sometimes feel the pressure, like, hey, I haven't taken a 3 in a while, like maybe I should get one up, or is it just like you're going to let the game come to you and just make whatever is the right decision in that moment?
Whatever the right decision in that moment. I got a good feel for the game, so I don't feel like I got to go out and force anything. Coach calls plays for me. I never have to ask him to call a play or give me the basketball, so I just let the game flow, and whatever comes, I just try to take the best shot on the floor.
Thanks, guy. Thank you. Trey Murphy pull off that fit tonight.